There's so much I need to say about my friend Charlie Kirk, and there's some updates into his assassination. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the assassination of Turning Point USA founder and one of the most popular people in the world, one of the best humans in the world, Charlie Kirk. He was age 31. He had a wife and 2 small children. And before I go any further, may he rest in peace. Prayers out to his family. Prayers out to Turning Point USA. Prayers out to anyone who is affected by this tragedy. This was really terrible. Seeing it on video, the 2 different angles, the first one from far away, and then the second one from up close. It's traumatizing, really. I mean, and really when I saw that second shot, I knew it was over. I was holding on to hope that he would pull through, but I knew that it was over right then. And it was so many emotions that went through me. I don't even know how to describe it. It was really crazy. It was really a surreal experience. Now, y'all know normally I stream on Wednesday night for ABL Live. I'm sorry for not being there last night, but I think y'all understand. I almost went live to speak about Charlie, but I was not right. I was not in the right state of mind. I was not going to be good for the show at all. Not only because you got emotional things going on, but also you don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to be in the wrong state of mind while you're streaming. I think now I've been able to relax, and now I'm better able to speak about my friend Charlie. Now, we got a few things. We got updates into the assassination. We have a potential suspect identified. We have some potential things that were written on the magazines. Spoiler alert, transgender stuff, of course. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, let me just show this picture right here. I got a few pictures that I'm going to share with you guys, but this is probably my favorite picture, I think. And if you guys were here, because we got quite a few people who were here, I'll name some names, but not everyone who was here is in this picture. I think this might have been the first BLS back in 2018 in Phoenix, Arizona. That's the Black Leadership Summit. Charlie put that on alongside Candace, alongside Brandon Tatum right there. You see me right there in the back. My man right here, I forget my man's name, but I know who that is. That's David Harris Jr. back there. There was quite a Terrence Williams was there. Amazing Lucas back in the day, he was there. A lot of us were at this particular event. Charlie put us all together. And I don't think if Charlie was uninvolved, we would have gotten together. Not at least in this way. This right here is a core memory. A lot of people were very young when this picture was taken. Some of us were like teenagers, not me, obviously, but we had like teenagers there, and they kind of grew up with us going to these events, dealing with Turning Point. I mean, Charlie was like right next to Trump as far as popularity and importance to the conservative movement. So this picture, I'm going to cherish. This right here, I'm going to put it in a frame, put it in my house. It means so much to me in my journey and all of their journeys as well. So again, RIP to Charlie. And there was a moment of silence at Yankee Stadium. I want to show this right quick because this points to his level of importance. Let me just get some sound, throw my headphones on, and let's watch.
2 children is 31 years old. 2 children is 31 years old.
So you hear what they said. Again, this is Yankee Stadium, New York City. Charlie Kirk had 2 children, 31 years old. So young. So young. When I first met him, he was like 24, 25. And I knew back then that he would be who he is today. He was pretty big back then. Turning Point was pretty big back then, but nothing the way it is right now today. But I saw it. I saw him. I saw the greatness in him from the beginning. And you don't see that with just everybody. And I'm not just saying that now because he's no longer with us. And again, may he rest in peace. Prayers out to the family. Prayers out to all affected. I'm not just saying that now because he's not here. I'm saying it because anyone who met him would say the same thing. To know Charlie was to love him, and I loved him. Now, here is the weapon that was recovered. This is a bolt-action rifle. You know, they'll talk about gun control quite a bit. Oh, we got to get rid of the semi-automatics and this and that and the third. Well, bolt-action means you got to just, when you pull the trigger one time, you got to reload manually. This is a manually operated weapon. And they say, gun experts say at least, that this has more accuracy because it has fewer moving parts than I guess a semi-automatic weapon would have. All right, so that's that. Now, this is a picture of the suspect. There were like two different people who were potential suspects. I think it was one like old man that they got right there on the scene, but it was not him. And or there was a guy who was in custody and they let him go because they realized it was not him after interrogation. But this is the most recent person as of right now. This is about 1:30 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, September 11, 2025. This is most recent person of interest. All right. Now, from what I'm reading, they said he's like a college age person. And at first he was blending into the crowd of college students. And then he went up on top of a building like 200 yards away and he perched. And from there is where he shot Charlie. Okay. Now, where did we see that before? It's just like the whole thing they try to do with Donald Trump. So we got a potential copycat here. This is violence from that side. And you know what? I don't even want to say left versus right at this point. I want to say good versus evil. I don't want to say right versus left. I want to say good versus evil, because that's what it's about at the end of the day, in my humble opinion. And I think that it just so happens that most people who are on one side stay to that side. Like most of us who are good stay on the right. That's kind of what's going on. Now, as I was saying, you can see this right here in New York Post. And I first saw Stephen Crowder break this story. So I don't know if they're using him for a source. Crowder said that somebody from the ATF had emailed him and told him what you see right here in the headline. Gun recovered in Charlie Kirk assassination revealed, and ammo bore pro-trans anti-fascist messages. So the ammunition had stuff written on it. Pro-transgender stuff. Didn't we just see this with the shooting out there in Minneapolis with a transgender person who had stuff written on the magazines, maybe even the ammunition itself? It's the same exact pattern over and over again. And Charlie Kirk himself was one who would identify that pattern. You know, a lot of these school shooters, violent people, that's what they're into, the whole transgender ideology. And I think at a certain point, we need to go back to the way things were previously and say that if you are transgender, it's a mental illness and you should be treated rather than being coddled and rather than people acting like this is normal behavior when it's not. Because we see that these people are very dangerous. Okay. But again, that's a report from New York Post, and that report is all over the place. If it was just the one website that had the report, I probably wouldn't have said it, but it's being widely reported. That's what's going on. Although they could be wrong, but I doubt it. At this point, I doubt it because it's so widespread. Now, here is what the mainstream media are talking about. And I think this messaging that they've been relying upon for a long time will no longer be effective because people are being disgusted. Leftists are disgusted at this kind of rhetoric, but let's just watch to give you an idea of what they're saying. Check it out.
Not everyone took to his words or his rhetoric. You know, at times they were offensive to specific communities. But with that said, this is not the time to focus on that. We are focused on this tragedy. Speaking of this tragedy, is this a moment for your party to reflect on political violence? Is it a moment for us to think about the responsibility of our political leaders and their voices and what it does to the masses?
So this is him trying to say it's the Republicans' fault. It's the conservatives' fault. He's speaking to Kevin McCarthy, a Republican. That's what he's doing right now. But really, again, it's not even a matter of left versus right. It's good versus evil. And I don't see many good people on the left at this point. I think the evil people have decided to take over the left. That's kind of what's going on. And a lot of people on the left are realizing this is happening and they're starting to abandon the left. Again, it's not left versus right. It's good versus evil. And people are picking where they want to be. Here is Greg Gutfeld's reaction on Fox News.
Yeah, I know that it's somewhat object of mockery to say thoughts and prayers, but thoughts and prayers for his family. They need it from all of us. And Jesse's right. If they could do this, they are capable of anything. I think that was the message. I believe that was the message. It's really hard to radicalize Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're not the radical type. But if you thought that you were going to shut a movement down, you're going to get a rude awakening. You woke us the fuck up.
And we will.
All day long. 100%. You woke us up for sure. You woke us up. That's no threat, but you did wake us up. And I think that you woke up those on the left as well. One positive thing, if you could get anything from this, is that a lot of leftists do not like their fellow leftists celebrating Charlie's death, and they're speaking out about it. They are leaving that side about it because they realize, again, that their side has been taken over by the evil people, and they don't want to be associated with evil people.
As a registered Democrat, all I have to say is the Charlie Kirk shooting just proves that we are the worst, man. My party is the fucking worst. I got people celebrating, hoping that he dies. Are we fucking for real right now? Where's the empathy? Where's the respect, man? It's disgusting. It's disgusting, truly. And the fact of the matter is this: he was a father, and whether or not I agree with his political opinions, all he truly wanted to do at the core was see this country be the best. And I can fucking respect that. And to see people just be blatantly disgusting, man, we're the worst, man. We're horrible.
There you go. So he's starting to realize it. A lot of people on that side, a lot of leftists are starting to realize what their party has become. They're starting to realize who they're friends with. They're starting to realize who they associate with on a regular basis and the kind of rhetoric that they spew, the hateful rhetoric that they spew. Listen, I don't care what political party you with. I don't care nothing about nothing. You have an opinion. My opinion is different. Okay, that's fine. We can have a debate, a disagreement on that, but it could just stay right there. I don't hate you. I don't wish you harm. When Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed, what did I say? Rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was XYZ years old. Jimmy Carter, same thing. Anybody. What did he do that warranted me to wish him harm? Aside from having a different opinion, I don't have to like your speech or listen to it, agree with it, or anything to respect your right to freedom of speech. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this whole situation with Charlie Kirk? Do you have any stories? Did you go to any Turning Point events? Did I meet you at one of these events? What is your opinion about the state of the country? Do you think we're going to devolve into a civil war? Are you kind of hopeless? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. Where I am is this. I don't think it'll be a civil war. I think that people are going to begin to group up where they need to be. Good versus evil. Now, that could be a conflict right there. But I hope and pray at least, that there are more of us who are good and want the best for this country and each other than there are who are bad and want the worst for this country. And there are some of us who are just uneducated and don't know anything. But hopefully they'll become educated. Hopefully they'll see the light, which is what Charlie Kirk's mission was. His message and mission did not die when he was assassinated. It lives on in all of us. I'm going to carry the torch. You're going to carry the torch. We're all going to carry the torch. And hopefully we can get more of us to join, and this movement of good can continue, because the evil can't win. If the evil wins, all this squabbling about, oh, he said this and I didn't like that, it won't even matter, because we won't even be here to have that conversation. We won't be here to argue about such trivial matters if evil wins. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.